my friends, it's Krebsy here. We're playing a bit of War Thunder. You probably missed my voice in the last few days. Sorry guys, I'm still moving around, and I'm still waiting for my internet to get a little bit better. Oh my gosh, my dad is texting me. What is going on? I'm still waiting for my internet to get a little bit better because I'm on a bit of a slowish upload right now. So do expect maybe 1-2 videos maximum per day, perhaps even none, depending on how the uploads go. That's gonna be for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway guys, I have enough of a good download though to actually play the game, which is fortunate news for me and for you guys, because in this episode today, what we're going to be doing is checking out the BF-109s and their monstrosity of guns that they have now. It's crazy. I am almost flabbergasted in a way when I look at the BF-109 and I see these twin boobies here on the on their wings. It's crazy, you know. One was good, but now twins, 2 pairs on the wings, making a triplet now is amazing. And not only that, we're going to be going through another technique, a new technique that I've been trying to come up with today. And I'm not sure if I even want to call it a technique, because a technique sounds like, oh my gosh, Krebs, you've come up with a new thing that nobody has ever even thought of or done in the game. And I kind of doubt it, because people have surely done this before, but it's a little bit difficult to do it. And it's kind of hard to, well, it's not exactly hard to do it, it's just not many people would think about doing it, okay? So what could that be? You know, Krebs is teasing you right now. What could that be? Well, I've been talking about a little bit on my Facebook page, basically saying that an arcade battle, and possibly historical, maybe even full real battle, there's a way where you can turn your plane into such a good turn fighter that you can compete against, say for example, Spitfires. Okay, you can take your average run-of-the-mill plane, you know, your BF-109. You can use this technique to turn it into something that could compete against Spitfires in a turn. All right, as long as that Spitfire doesn't use the same thing as what we're doing. Okay. Well, they actually might. Hold on, we'll get onto that in a second. So what is that you're doing, Krebs? What is that you're teasing us with? And what I'm teasing you with is the following, okay? So say for example, let's get into our hypothetical moods right now. Put our thinking caps on. You get into a turn fight. What do? What does Krebsy always say to do? Turn on those combat flaps. I'm sure you know that by now. I'm sure you've been doing that for ages. Turn on those combat flaps. Have you ever thought about turning on your landing flaps? All right, I'm sure you have. But it's a little bit complicated, because usually what you have to do is well, let's go into system here. You have to use one of the 2 keys. So say for example, I can't remember what the order of the keys are, but you have to use these bracket keys. And you have to press them, and that lowers or raises the flaps. Otherwise, the other way to do it automatically is to put down your landing gear and then press F for your flaps, and then that will change automatically to landing flaps. But you don't want to have your landing gear down, and you don't want to have to put your landing gear down, then change the flaps and put them back up. Put your landing gear back up. That's too much, okay? And even having to click, you know, multiple times on the bracket key to lower your flaps, or multiple times on the other bracket key to raise them up again, is a bit too much effort in my opinion. So what I've done is I've shortened the work, and this really depends on sometimes on the hardware and software you got. But what I've done is I set up a macro. So when I press this button, look, see, it types 3 of those brackets, okay? And what that does is it lowers the flaps all the way down from combat to takeoff to landing flaps. And then when I want to bring it back up again, I've got another macro that brings it back up. So from landing to takeoff to combat to raised, okay? That's a macro I've set up, and what's really nice is that I've macroed it to my mouse, okay? I've got a gaming mouse, a let me find out right now, G500, which has it has a shitload more buttons on it than a normal mouse. More buttons than you would ever think a mouse should normally have. So in a way you can call it a mutant mouse. But it's really nice because those buttons are customizable. You can go into the software that Logitech provides, and you can just customize those keys. You can set it to macros, set it to different keys, yada yada yada. And so that's what I've done with 2 of those buttons. I've made a macro so that when I press one of them, it types basically the bracket 3 times, and when I press the other one, it presses the other bracket 3 times. You can do this if you don't have a mouse like mine, a gaming mouse, you can actually get some software out there. I don't know what it is. You know, just go on Google, do some searching of your own, like macro software or something like that, and you can reassign one of the keys on your keyboard to that macro. So you can set it to, I don't know, the tilde key. You could set it to the tilde key as one of the flaps or something like that. You know, you'd have to work around it, see what's best for you. But I specifically didn't use that sort of software because it would make the what you want to do when you're in flight is that you want to be easy with your controls and most comfortable. And if I had to use a software to actually set up a key on my keyboard to do it, I wouldn't be comfortable. I've got some extra function keys along the side because I've got a G110 gaming keyboard, but still that's a little bit awkward. The most comfortable thing I have found is to put it on my mouse. So if you don't have a mouse, you're probably gonna have to suffer a little bit. You'll have to use your keyboard and reassign some keys. I don't know. Maybe if you could even reassign your F key or you know your flaps or something. I have no idea if that would work at all. But you could try that out, and what it does is it sets the landing flaps, and what I've noticed is that your turns are a lot sharper because you're losing speed because of drag, and your turns should be sharper than if you had combat flaps. And I've noticed where I've been, sometimes in instances, you know, my Yak 3, my BF-109s, I got an engagement with a Spitfire Mark II or some higher tier ones sometimes. Absolutely fine, took them on, actually managed to outturn them, and if I wasn't able to outturn them, I was on par with them in terms of turning, so that I could eventually do some scissor maneuvers, and then they would be screwed over, you know, lose some speed, they would overshoot, and sort of that stuff. So that is the technique that I've been sort of teasing on Facebook the last few days, that I've been trying out, and found it to be very successful. And it's what I'm going to be using from now on. No longer is Krebsy going to be using combat flaps, it's going to be those landing flaps. So that was what I'm going to be using, and we're going to be using the BF-109s as an experiment today, because not only do we get to see these three beauties, it's on the BF-109, F4, and the G2, not the E3. E3's a noob scrub, has two cannons of an older version, but the G2 and the F4 have those 151 3 cannons, one in the nose, two on the sides. And yeah, so it's really good. I love the cannons. It's almost OP. When the first time I went into it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is OP. I was insta-killing things left and right. But it's okay. Sometimes I don't actually get those insta-kills. Sometimes I actually do have to try. But those 3 cannons are so powerful. 320 millimeters. It is close to venturing onto OP, and some people are gonna be like, Krebs, it's not OP. Look at the disadvantages, the cons of getting 3 cannons. You have minus 12 kilometers per hour from your max speed. You get plus 1.1 seconds during turn time, 3.1 meters per second negative on your rate of climb. Those are huge, absolutely freaking huge. And I would actually, I don't know, I'd beg to differ. I think that's kind of nominal. You wouldn't even notice it in arcade battle. Maybe historical. I haven't really tried them in historical. But if you have, feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below, like what they're like in historical with the 3 cannons. Does it make a big difference in the flight characteristics? I don't know. We're gonna jump out into game here. We're gonna jump out into game, quickly see what people have been saying. Hey Krebs, hello. Dick Dastardly, hey man, I was wondering if it would be willing, I can't read because the thing's in my way. I was wondering if would be willing, nice English, and be able to make a how to bomb with fighters in HB mode video. Well, Dick Dastardly, you're not supposed to use bombs in fighter planes in HB, and the reason is because it weighs your plane down so much. And I imagine, at least what I think, what happens is when you drop those bombs, then you get your flight characteristic back, but then you have the pylon still, you know, attached to you. Does that take away some of your flight capacity? I don't know. I don't know the exact stats, so I wouldn't recommend going out with bombs on fighters anyway. What you should be doing with fighters is focusing on enemy fighters and bombers to begin with. So, alright, we're on, what's the map called again? Peleliu. And we're going to be camping over here. I'm just turning on my bring down my landing gear. And turning down my landing flaps as well, just with F, because, you know, I've got my landing gear down, so it doesn't matter. But raised flaps so that I don't get the ground effect. We're going to touch down, hopefully. Ooh. Oh, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do it, to be honest. No, 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 we gotta pull out of that one a little bit here. And nobody else is coming around. I think they saw me going in for it. Gonna have to try again. Sometimes this is what happens when you try to do a Krebs landing. The ground effect is a bit too strong, and it's kind of hard to pull it off sometimes. So you just turn around, and we're capping, we're capping, we're capping. There we go. All that XP and lions is ours. Fun stuff. Shit, I think some people are... Ooh, I thought some people were coming around us. I thought they were, but apparently not, just because the sirens are going off. So what I'll be doing this time around is just literally explaining everything that I'm doing. There's an HE11H over here, so what I'm going to do is throw on my landing flaps with my macro, and I'm going to lead the shot, and lo and behold, the pilot kill is in order. Wow. Oh man, I kind of feel a bit sorry for those... Oh god, I kind of feel a bit sorry for those bombers, because, you know, bombers are expensive planes, and he wanted the cap, but it wasn't a great idea, okay? It was not... It was... You could not recommend that to anyone. Yes, go cap the base when there are so many enemy fighters around the base. So what I'm going to play is like a little bit of a defensive role. I'm wary of that HE112 up there, but he's not going to do anything to me. He's an HE112 for God's sake. He's not that great. HE112s I think are okay now, but in old patches they were so bad. They suffered from compressibility so badly. So all I'm gonna do, all I'm gonna be doing is playing a defensive role here around the base, because I think it's a little bit fun doing this sometimes. I have no idea what this HE112 is doing, no idea. And I'm just gonna, well, I don't know. Do I want to play a defensive role? Because I don't actually see where all the enemies are. I imagine they must be all at their base. Yeah, they are. Wow, look at that. Look at that. We captured so much points already. Did they even have the base captured? I'm curious. I'm very curious. Oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot of guys there. So what I'm going to be doing now is just gaining some altitude. You know, if there's no battles going on, what you do is just gain some altitude. Don't stay at low altitude and then meet your opponents. Just gain some altitude so that you can fly like a vulture. Imagine you're a vulture. Okay, pretend that you are a vulture hunting your prey. Or, well, I suppose vultures actually come down on corpses, don't they? Okay, so pretend you're an eagle preying down on your prey. So that is one of my prey down. I've got so much speed built up from my altitude. Look, you look in the top left how much speed I've got. 500 and something. So my landing flaps come back on. Look at that Spitfire go. Holy moly, we just touched him a little bit there. We tapped that ass as we got the kill assist. And now we're gonna turn around for this BF-109. Oh shit. Is he gonna come for me? Oh, yeah. No, he got my engine. Oh, no. That's not good. Well, I'll try to build as much power as I possibly can. I want to at least maybe kill him, but I don't have any power. If we can at least die. Yes! Yes! Oh, can we actually... Oh, jeez. This might be... Oh, no. I don't think we're gonna make it back to base, are we? I mean, it's not that far. You know what? Screw it, guys. I think I'm gonna waste a little bit of time. Oh, maybe I should. Should I? I can't think. Do you guys think I'm gonna make it? Do you guys think I'm gonna make it? Okay, we'll drift. We'll drift. I was thinking maybe we'd save some time. Okay, no, we're not gonna make. What? Are we? I think we're definitely gonna come short. Oh shit. No, we're gonna be coming into the bushes here. Okay, right, we're out of this one. See you later, suckers! I know I could have gotten a still landing, but screw that. Doesn't matter. So that's one G2 gone. My G2 already gone. G2 is alright, but it's a bit slower maneuvering than the other planes out there, so it's not a big loss. I've got plenty of other ones to have fun with. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them over my airfield. So we've got 3 kills right now. I've died once. So unfortunately, that one BF-109 managed to shoot up my engine. That's always the most critical part. If there was like an option I could get, I'd put like all my armor on the engine in arcade battles. Okay, so I see the BF-109 down here, and what I'm gonna do now is turn on my combat flaps. Again, engaging him here. Pull down my throttle a little bit with control, and lead that shot. Nice and easy. He's gone. So what you can notice with my shots there, you're gonna have to pay very, very careful attention. When they're turning to the side, say if they're pulling up like this and they're going to be heading a different direction, I aim a bit in front of them. Now, say if they're slowing down, Say if they're slowing down and going to be heading a different direction or something like that. Okay, so say if they're just slowing down, then I'll aim in front of them. In front of that target, okay? In front of the marker that the game gives you. That's how you lead on the targets properly. So there's Wellington up here. There's a few other fighters down there. I'm tempted to try to go for this Wellington first, just to get him out of the way with, because bombers, you know, they can be a bit harassive on your ground targets, obviously. And plus, it's kind of just fun shooting down bombers. You know, I feel sorry for them because, especially if they don't get their bomb loads off, but it is very satisfying to kill a bomber because before he can get his bomb loads off. So again, leading the shot, so you can see that he's probably getting a lot of speed because we're losing altitude right now. So I was leading those shots a little bit there, but he gains speed much faster than I do, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to pull off of him. What I'm going to do now is go for that Typhoon down there. It's no man's land when it comes to killing targets. I'm gaining a lot of speed just, you know, using WEP quite a bit here. My raised flaps, because we're heading in a straight line. And I'll be able to kill him quite shortly. Yeah, I'm gonna lower my... Oh, no, he just jumped out. Okay. Oh well. I was gonna lower my throttle at that point, because if I kept on WEPing non-stop, what would happen is that I would overshoot him eventually. And in a situation like that, I'd actually be also tempted to throw on my landing flaps as well, because landing flaps, more drag, you lose speed. Okay, alright, so we'll go for this guy MV410 down here, and throwing on those landing flaps again. Every single turn you lead the target a little bit here. And now I'm worried that there is a BF-109. There is a BF-109 here. So instead of going up at him, I'm going to go up at the moment. But the thing is, if he starts coming down at me, he's going to have an advantage. Because it's just, generally speaking, whenever somebody is going down at you, think of it like a castle, right? A castle on top of a hill. Or even if somebody is on top of a hill, they usually have an advantage shooting down at you rather than you shooting up at them. Okay, so we'll try to go for this BF-109 here. This is their top player. Leading the shot. Gonna throw on my... Yep, there we go. I didn't throw on my raised flaps immediately because he wasn't forcing me to turn. But as soon as I get forced to turn, that's when I throw on my landing flaps. Okay, so now we're gonna change up the battling a little bit here. We're gonna get down and dirty with the locals. So... his fuselage damage. This guy's closer. He's dead. This guy's closer. Let's start going with him. Using my Q and S. To use my rudder a bit here. And it's going to become really hard. It gets really hard to commentate exactly what I'm doing with my rudder and stuff like that. At points like these. Who's that firing behind me? I think that was an Airacobra. Or King Cobra. Oh my god. Whoa, we're getting shot from everywhere, guys. Oh no, I think my tail control was taken out. Yeah, that's it. I see a lot more red than I see blue. I see a lot more red than I see blue. And blue is your friend. When there's blue, that means it's your teammates, obviously. But it means that there's other targets that your opponents could be going for, and that increases your survivability. So power to in numbers, as they say. We're 2 for 6 right now. I'm gonna stay away from my airfield because I mean it's clear they're hardly harassing. They were harassing at the beginning, but they must have given up. So we're just gonna let that be. I'm gonna actually gain altitude here because I like that JU-87 over there, and plus just in case it gives me an altitude advantage, I can build up some altitude and then obviously some speed. So JU-87, is he gonna come down at me? Oh yes, he is. These things are very deadly. Very, very deadly. That was a very risky thing that I was doing there. Because they have, if I remember correctly, I think that's the one with the 2 cannons. I set them on fire, so 2 37mm cannons, so that can be very, very potentially deadly. I think he's burning up, so hopefully he's going to die shortly. Maybe? Maybe? I can't even tell. Whatever. Yay! We got the kill. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this Typhoon down here because everyone's going for it. Happy days. Landing flaps, throttle. He's turning, and oh yeah! There we go. Getting shot by my teammates a little bit. That's because I was getting right on mixed in there. So I'm going to gain altitude again, start pulling away from the fight, look around with C, just get my orientations again. And now I'm going to swoop on in once I've got my next target. Now I'm going to go for the one that's farthest away from their protection, from the protection of their teammates. So the farthest straying ones, they're the easiest to kill. It's just like almost, think of it like a savanna, you know, you're a lion and you're going after gazelles. You're always going to go for those baby ones, right? Okay, that was quick and easy. So I look on my mini-map at the top right and I see that somebody's behind me. So I look up there and there's a Spitfire. Now, I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just going to be aware of him, okay? I'm not actually going to go for him because he's kind of high up. Actually, I'm tempted to go for him now because there's not really anything heading this direction apart from that BF-109. But I'm going to be wary of him because as soon as he starts turning into me, this is when I know I need to start pulling away. And that's exactly what he's doing now. He's starting to turn into me. So I'm going to start flying down. And now I'm going to start making corkscrews around so that he can't lead onto me perfectly. There we go. And now I'm going to start flying the opposite direction. Got my landing flap. So here might be a perfect example. Trying to take on a Spitfire in a plane that normally wouldn't be able to do it. Yep, I've turned around on him. And that's a pilot kill. That, my friends, is the effectiveness of landing flaps. I mean, you could say different things right there. You could say he built up a lot of speed. And, you know, that forces him to make wider turns. And maybe that gives me an opportunity to just turn around on him quicker. But I think that's a beauty. I mean, if I didn't have landing flaps, I don't think I could have pulled that off in time. Notice how that we both were almost pretty much on par. We were facing each other at the same time. It was just fortunate for me I managed to kill his pilot before anything happened. So I'm going to go for this BF-109, G10, G whatever, G2 probably. And just lead that target. Man, this is crazy. I'm going to go help my teammate. Landing flap still engaged, leading the shot. Aircraft destroyed, fighter nightmare. And now there's an IL-2 around me, so I'm just flying in corkscrews. I'm going to continue that flight path. I've got my landing flaps still engaged. I'm going to be able to outturn this IL-2, and I have to be aware of anything around me. This is when you can especially get tunnel vision when you're going after opponents. But it's a natural thing, tunnel vision in instances like this. So there we go, he's dead, and I'm going to start flying away. I got my kill and I'm going to start flying away. There's a BF-109 behind me. I'm hopefully going to get some teammate cover here. Raised flaps engaged. And now I'm going to start turning in on this guy. He's focusing elsewhere. No, he's not. He's coming for me again. No, 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 no. In instances like that, you just got to scream, oh no, 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 no. So I'm going to go for those BF-109s since I'm more afraid of them. However, my rudder is fucked. So we're 3 for 13 right now. Yeah, eventually, you know, you will take damage as you progress through a match. It's expected, right? You will take damage, and you just have to respond accordingly. If the rudder is screwed over, you'll be able to feel it. If your wing is damaged, you'll be able to feel it. If your tail control is gone, you'll definitely be able to feel that. So that's a 13 for 3 game. And I think it was a pretty good display actually of landing flaps. Our team won that because we captured the airfield. My team captured it, should I say? So they did a good job. Well done for them. And there you go, leading the batch. So if there's anything to be said when you're going through games, you have to sort of think about it a little bit systematically. You have to be thinking about situational awareness, what's going around you, but you also, one of your biggest priorities is think about your safety, alright? You want to go for targets that are not in a furball. You don't want to go for targets that are far away from your teammates, unless they're singled out targets. Targets that you want to go for are ones that are straying outside of the pack, you know, those little baby gazelles. The targets that you want to go for are unguarded ones that are going after your teammates, ones that are occupied. And if you ever see one that is coming for you, if they ever start shooting at you, chances are they want you dead. At least to 50% of the time. Sometimes they'll shoot you and fly off. But if you ever see an opponent start shooting at you, you got to start going after them because they want you dead, and so you have to handle that accordingly. Hawk Hunter, hello there, Krebs. Would you like to squad up? I would like. Woo! What the hell is Krebs saying? I will have a group of 4 total doing lower tier flyouts. I'm sorry, man. I'm doing video right now. Notice how actually there's 37,318 people on right now. This is the most I've seen in a while. So good, so awesome. I think the highest I've ever seen was 40,000, but that was maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so. But the game is, I think it's getting more popular. It's Sunday, so maybe that's why. But you know, whatever. We'll go out into another BF 109 game over here, and hopefully we'll be able to show off some more good flights. Of using landing flaps, and also what I'm thinking of in my head as we're doing these games. Just taking a drink of water, just because I can. So I'll just start out with my BF 109 G2. I've got stealth ammo loaded out. All these planes have the full equipment on them. You know, I use my BF 109s a lot. I love them. I used them loads in my last patch, so I built up all the experience needed for my equipment already. And the equipment helps a lot. It really does. If there's something that you can say about 1.33, the game is becoming more and more play to win. Play to win? Yeah, play to win. Sort of. It's becoming more and more like World of Tanks in a way. You know, you grind your planes and then you unlock equipment, and that makes your plane better, right? An upgraded plane is always going to be better than a stock one. Which is fair enough. I wish it was more like pros and cons, you know, like you get this and then something else happens and blah blah blah. I guess you get more firepower and then your plane isn't as maneuverable, but I don't know, 3 cannons and only a little bit of flight characteristics taken down, negative impact. I think I'd rather take those flight characteristics. So we'll drop down on this P-47 here, taking a look at the enemy team. They've got hardly any bombers, so we're gonna have fun with this P-47. Gonna turn my camera around here, and he is getting chased like mad. He's getting chased like mad. I like to go for those guys who are always the first one, because usually I do tend to kill them, but it seems like everyone wants to go for him. Oh man, early bird gets the worm, that's for sure. I don't know what the Yak 9 is doing. What are they all doing out there? Nobody's going out there. Oh, actually a few of us are going out there. Anyway, but I'm in the middle of the map, so I'm just going to focus over here. Is there any good clans? There's a Punch clan. There's a number of them flying out. So I see a BF 109 down here. I'm going to start tailing after him. Be wary of that P39 combat flaps, or landing flaps rather, and leading the target a little bit in front. And notice how he's going to corkscrew, so I'm trying to lead that corkscrew a little bit as well. And there we go, nice and easy. Right on the target. Now we're going to focus on this guy. Looking at my, sorry I should have said, looking at my mini-map. I looked at my mini-map there in the top right, because what happens when you black out is you can't see anything. So I look at my mini-map when that happens, when I black out, so I can most easily find my target. Some people like to just, you know, right click, like zoom in on people, and that's fair enough. If that works for you, then stay with that, but it disorientates me. I don't like, you know, right clicking and zooming in on something whilst I'm blacked out, because I think it makes it even harder to see where you're going when you're blacked out. So I just like to use the mini-map in the top right and find those red targets when I'm blacked out, or redded out. Okay, so SU2 over here. Dropping down on him with raised flaps. Gonna engage the combat flaps, and now he's turning around. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to pull off. Oh no 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 no! Whoa! I think we crashed into a bush there, my friends. I thought we would just make that out by the tip of our. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. By the tip of our tongues. Whatever, Krebs. You're speaking absolute shit. but lucky for me, my wings are just black. I mean, just black. It's important not having black wings. So, back on this SU2. Oh man, my teammate got him, Bullfighter. They've got a lot of firepower, those Hispanos. Yeah, my flight is weird. My flying is weird now with these black wings. I can just tell. Like, I'm going lopsided, like turning upside down when I don't want to. So I'm tempted to actually go over here rather than stick it out in the middle. If I go into the middle, I'm kind of by myself, so power in numbers, fight battles with other teammates, and that's what I'm gonna do in this location. I see that the Yak 9 and FRF were having a little bit of a F6F were having a little bit of spar, and now the Yak 9T is falling over there. Thought he was gonna turn, and I'm gonna catch up to him here, and let's start engaging. I'm all by myself, mind you. Now this is not good. But I'm actually kind of happy in situations like this, because I sort of want to die, actually, because my plane is all screwed up. He's on fire, we'll let him die. Yes, I'm that evil. There's somebody behind me, but honestly, I want my plane to die at this point. I really do want my plane to die, because the 2 black wings is kind of sucks. I'm losing pieces here and everywhere. This guy he's very evasive, isn't he? No! I needed that wing. Oh well, we didn't manage to kill him. But that is the way of things. At least I sort of forced all their guys back to their base. Can't believe none of my shots really got on him. That sucks. I was hoping that more of my cannons might have hit him and deal some damage. Alright, so we'll go out, we'll go back to that area. It's unfortunate that all my teammates had to die like that. There's I had 2 teammates there, and all of a sudden, now you see them, now you don't. They're gone. Okay, so I see a lot of enemies in front of me, and I see some over there at the waterfront. However, we've got a lot of ground targets still. The teams are just about even. Gonna tab out and take a look at the enemies. See that there's hardly any bombers, so it's just gonna be sparring matches, killing fighters. So power in numbers when you're going to be taking on fighters. Stay with your teammates. Going to go for this IL-2 over here, who's strafe running some of our targets. Now I'm going to pull down my throttle and also engage my landing flaps. Lead the target. And overshooting him. So what I'm going to do is a corkscrew. Still keeping my throttle down. Unfortunately, I'm still got too much speed. And where is he now? He's behind me. I had way too much speed there. What might have actually been better in that instance, oh my god, some guy on our team's got, look at that! BF-109s. BF-109's leading the fight. What's his stats? His stats are pretty good. His stats aren't bad at all. What was I gonna say? What I should have done there was actually, what is Krebsy trying to say? A vertical corkscrew. To displace some more of my speed and placement as well. P-39's dead. I'm gonna start gaining altitude again here. Where's my competition? My competition is that Pop 1 guy, because he's doing pretty well. I'm gonna just gain altitude. I don't want to get 2 balls deep inside there. Yes, it's a bit rude to say, but whatever. We're gonna go for it now since everything's moving. Oh. Come on, Krebsy. Get up behind this guy. Kill him, Krebsy. No! God damn it. Now I'll go for this F6U over here, because he's just the first target that I see. Die. Just leading all these shots. Again, another kill assist. And I'm gonna go for this target now, but I'm worried that there might be somebody behind me, and there is. So it's time to start turning. Using those combat flaps, or the landing flaps, sorry. And I'm gonna go for the easiest target, which is probably gonna be this Yak over here. And he definitely was the easiest, but now I've got a Hien on my ass. Okay, so I'm gonna drop down. My plane is very badly damaged right now. Next plane that I'm gonna go for is probably this D520 here. My turning isn't gonna be great, so chances are I'm probably gonna die quite soon. Yeah, my turning is not great at all right now. Oh man, go away! Now I'm gonna try to get around him using these displacement rolls. However, my turning is really screwed up. And it really is screwed up. And so is trying to gain altitude. I was shooting some shots up there. I think I can still hit him because he's going in a straight line near enough. Yeah, he went way too high. He went so high that he lost all his speed, and then everyone could go for him. I was hoping that I would have gotten more kills there. but unfortunately not. Who's next? We've got an enemy just up there. He's dead. So now we'll go for some ground targets. Believe it or not, I've actually started going for ground targets nowadays. And since I'm using a plane like this, a fighter, I obviously can't kill heavy tanks. It's just not going to happen. So what I go for is these armored cars. I actually usually prefer using my machine guns. I was hoping he would have died a little bit faster there from 3 cannons, but not. That wasn't the case. What else is there? There's another armored car. What I usually like using is my machine guns, which is set to my right mouse button. God damn it! Those armored cars. Okay, whatever. Screw the armored cars. We're gonna focus on fighters. Guys, still my competition right now. So leading the target. Leading the target. Gonna throw my combat or landing flaps now. This guy's gonna die really fast. He's just gone straight on into the lion's den. Not the smartest thing to do. Going to a place like this all by yourself when you got no teammates at your side. Okay, we've got some more guys here, but I'm hoping that this plane is gonna die soon as well. Oh wow, look at this guy. I'm still got my landing flaps on because I know I've got to turn soon. And so Buffalo over here. Just using my mouse controls. Ah! Another assist. That's 5 in a row. 5 in a row. I'm gonna kill streak of assists. I'm on an assist streak. Is there any more armored cars? No. I don't see any more armored cars. Okay. We're gonna go for a suicidal rush here. I'm gonna go for this Typhoon. I imagine he's gonna come for me as well. And I'm gonna start firing my cannons at him, just above where he's at, because that's usually where they are. That's first one. And I'm still gonna continue my suicidal attack. So whenever you're going in a head-on against somebody who's above you, you want to aim slightly above their plane, because that's where you have to aim. See, that's the next one. Now let's go for the next one as well. Who's next? Come on. Maybe I can get some good streaks here. Just all depends on how much cannon ammo I have. My engine's dying out. And now he's a head-on, so... Oh. Okay, he doesn't... Screw that. just crash right into him. I didn't have to. Actually, I think I could have pulled off, but... I lost my cannons there, and I had just machine guns, so I didn't think my run was going to last too much longer at that point. We've got 7 kills. Now the other... Oh, I've got another opponent as well. Another competition. Competition is healthy. Competition is healthy. We've got a bullfighter and a lag. Bullfighter's closer to me, and known he's dead, so this guy's closer to me now. Landing flaps, throttle down. You lead with my mouse. Now with E and S, and with the shift to power into it, it's a kill assist. Damn. And then all I'm gonna do is just reload with Y. I barely used any shots there, but I always want to make sure that I have a full armament ready at my disposal. Ah, some guy is raging. Some guy is raging. Come on, man. Well, let's ask him. Why? Why is it raging? He's raging because he's got 5 kills and 4 deaths. He's probably died a bit easy, but you know he's using Japanese planes. Those things die easy. I imagine he's raging because he's dying. I wouldn't say this patch is bad at all. Maybe things are a bit expensive right now, you know, with all the new modifications and that, but it's not bad. I wouldn't say it's bad. So it's 10 ground targets each. Damn it! This Pop 1 guy is getting a lot of kills. Where the hell is he on this map? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. But I don't know where he is. That's the thing. I have no freaking clue where he is. He's all the way back there! Maybe he just died recently. We'll go for lag 3 because he's heading on upwards. He's an easy target. If this guy doesn't figure out that I'm coming from his side, then he's just dead. He's dead. He's dead. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Watch this. Yeah, easy pilot kill. We'll go for the... whoever starts turning first, we're going to go for this bullfighter. Bullfighter, just lead it with our raised flaps. He's dead. Who else is here? Kitty Hawk. We'll go for you now. No, we won't go for you because you're dead. And now, what about the lag? Do you want to come for me or do you want to go for my friend? I think he wants to come for me. So we'll use those landing flaps and just keep on using our E and S to corkscrew down, making the turns as sharp as possible. And now, because we've got some asshole on us, we've got 2 people, we're gonna just confuse him a bit by doing a loop. And we're gonna come, hopefully, around this King Cobra, so just leading with my mouse a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what we wanted. There we are. Let's start using that rudder again with Q this time, and there we go. That's another one. Another one bites the dust. Or in the clouds, another one bites the cloud. Actually, well, it's going to be biting the dust pretty soon when he hits the ground. We'll go for the BF-109 down here since he's defenseless, all by himself and being chased away. It's a fail game. In World War II, pilots get killed like nobody's business. People died so easily. Well, they did. Damn it! We didn't get the Hero Fighter Award. We didn't get the most kills. Oh man, my competition got more kills than I did. These things do happen. These things do happen. He was a good player, to be fair. Only 38,000. You'd expect that you'd get a bit more from that. This guy did well. So let's check his stats out. Pop 1, 800. Yeah, he's done well. He did well. Congratulations where congratulations are due, right? So there you guys go. That is a bit of fun in the BF-109s and also with the landing flaps. You can use those macros with your mouse if you have a special mouse. You know, set up a macro on your mouse or your keyboard, or you can get that software that can do it as well. You know, reassign your keys. So this is Krebsy. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully you'll be seeing this episode soon if my internet doesn't freak up. Because the upload is so damn bad here. It really is. But until the next episode, this is Krebsy, and I'll catch you guys later.